Hey, what's up? It's Kevin from Raven Builders. We got our frame, multi-level deck framed up here with the Fortress steel. We are going to be building some Fortress Evolution stairs with an adjustable stair bracket and adjustable stair tray, so join us. Here we go, 7.5. 7.5, and the rise is 10 and 5/30 seconds. So that's beauty. So we'll get to that in a minute. But here they give you instructions, everything you need to know to install. It's all right here. Just with your calculations, it's really just one document that'll give you start to finish instructions of putting these stairs together, which is pretty cool. One place. This is where people make the most common mistake with stairs, is not getting an accurate rise to where the landing is. Your rise has to be calculated from the decking plane to your actual landing. And if you have a slope, you're always going to want to go to your lowest point. There's going to be a rise, so the stair height reduces up the hill. All right, so we make sure we're level. We're going to come out here. We're going to be about 70 inches. So we want to be right at 70 off this frame. We're going to take our height, we're going to add thickness of decking because we're going to grade. We're going to be 57.5. This is going to be our total rise. All right, same principle as a frame and a set of wood steps as we have a rise, a run, and we have a hypotenuse of that triangle. So here we have a 7.5 inch rise. We have a 10 and an 1/8 heavy run. It's 10 and 5/30 seconds. Now the hypotenuse of that is 12 and 5/8. But if I just come over here and I measure from 7.5 to 10 and 5/30 seconds, you'll see the hypotenuse is 12 and 5/8, because that's just the diagonal of a right triangle. Now, instead of measuring each stair bracket individually, what we like to do is just line up all of our stringers on the bench. We get the front of our rise nice and square. So we're just going to back a couple of those up just a hair. We don't put a clamp on the bottom. So Dave's just clamping those together. I'm going to just secure these up right here. I think they just don't understand that it's all just triangles, and they put too much. A big problem is taking your rise to your proper landing height. You need to get your rise off of finished decking if you're going to grade. If you're going landing to landing, it's frame to frame. You don't include the decking. When you're going to grade, you include the finished floor in your total rise, and then you subtract the thickness of that finished floor, in our case 7/8 inch decking, from the bottom of the stringer. Now when we did the calculator, it gave us a pin layout. All right, so if I go in and I look at that document, it's gonna notate what pinholes we're using, 1L and 4R. So that's gonna be the diamond up top and the bottom circle on the stair bracket. So we take, this is an adjustable stair bracket. It can do a lot of different configurations for rise and run. That way, when we're going to existing grade or an existing walkway over there, we don't have to make those adjustments. So it stands like this. This is left and this is right. So we got 1L and 4R. All right, and the way that's going to fit on that is like that. So this spacing here will change depending on your calculation. You know, this spacing could be 10.5, it could be 10 1/8, and that's how they make all of the different orientations for different size heights. One, we're just gonna tack these in place. So I'm leaving that one out so it's not in the way. So this is our stair strap. What this will do is get mounted where our stringer layout is, and then it will bolt the stringer in and then it gets folded up the back side of the stringer and screwed into the bottom. You're gonna wanna make sure as you're attaching these, I'm not gonna take any risk on the plane of this middle stringer. So I'm gonna set this outside to my level line. I'm gonna set this outside to my level line, and then I'm gonna run a level across it and pick up this one to meet that plane. That way I know I'm nice and flat with that stair tread. So this guy here, it just folds up the back of the joist like that. And that's it. That is all she wrote. That is your adjustable stair tray. You can see how we have that layout shifted a little bit. That way we are flush on our ends, and this stair is out of layout. And we can also have an opening here so we can put lights centered. Because here we're going to do a centered light, 2 offset, centered light, 2 offset. Let's see how we did. The moment of truth. Let me see it.
Upside down.
Look at that. We didn't do good. Is there an extra one there? It said 6 treads. Is it 5? What the hell?
The bracket since I already cut it.
It says 6 steps, 60-inch total run.
6 steps or 6 right or 6
Dude,
right?
it says 6 steps, 60-inch total run. 6 steps, 60-inch run. Right. Oh, motherfucker, is it flush to grade? I clicked
You forgot to check it,
I
yeah?
clicked the wrong box.
Okay.
I didn't know. I must have wet gloved it. Son of a bitch. Well, that's an easy fix. You just take the bottom off.
Yeah, but if that's not, if the calculation's all wrong, my angles are going to be wrong from the beginning.
Nuh-uh, it'll just drop it right down.
Try it.
It'll just drop it right down. The angle's the same.
Okay.
All we're doing is lowering the whole thing 7.5 inches. Yeah, that's my bad, dude. That's wet gloves.
That's why I did one to test.
We never frame flush to grade. It's always drop. I was doing the calculator with wet gloves. There's some options in there where you can do flush to grade, flush to landing, you know, the orientations of where the stairs are starting and where they're going. So I accidentally clicked flush to grade, which would be the first step is flush with this top framing. However, we always do drop to grade. So like we never frame the first stair flush with the decking. We always drop it the first rise to save one stair run. So just by making a glove mistake or a calculator mistake, I calculated. So what we have is we have an extra rise. So the stair rise and run won't change. We just have to delete the bottom run, that bottom tread, and the whole thing in the same angles will just lower 7 3/8 to this plane. What that's going to do is reduce our run to 5, which is makes a lot more sense because that's what I had marked here was a 50-inch run. And that's why I was just up here kind of confused why I wasn't 50 inches 6 rise. So we're gonna have to do a little modification here. Yeah, get in there. Oh, she's tight. Tight is right. Look at how nice that is, dude. Look at our layout. Woo! Oh, God, look at that. Beauty, dude. Absolute beauty. Dude. Shorty, what you drink? Yeah, that's nice, huh? See that? Everything planes perfectly. Can't do that with wood. Well, you can, but it won't stay like that. Go. Thank you. Oh yeah, bud.
Great. Those are good to go.
We're gonna dry some helical piles in here in the morning, and then we'll lift these up off the ground and level them across. We'll put in some beams through the spans to pick up off the helical piles. And then we'll be able to get this bottom planed, and we'll be ready to move on. Some threads on it. So that, yeah, those are cool. So that one you can go tight. This one is gonna have to come up a little bit. You want to screw this one, Matt? Yep.
So these are all our stair treads. Started already. There's a few there. So we'll cut our long to long. Then we'll cut our returns. And then master miter himself, Chad. I'll throw all these together. Doing this staircase, that staircase, as well as our big staircase. And every stair tread's a different size, so we're gonna go one by one and should have this wrapped up by the end of the day. Unless I give up for the cold. There's gonna be some law against this. We're gonna use our handy dandy PVC glue. Let's do a nice strip down the middle, not too much. You don't want it to come out on the top, and you can press it up. I'm gonna take my activator. This is gonna make that glue grab very fast so the piece can't move on you. I like to line up my point here. Let's close her in. And that glue's already holding. I'm gonna get under here, I got my pockets going. You got yourself stair tread. Huh? Not bad, huh?
Got all the stair sets done, and now all we have left to do on this edge is another railing, stair rail, and then we're gonna move to lighting.